We always try to keep quite upbeat on our YouTube channel and our Instagram, but it's actually been quite a tough couple of months. I'm in London right now because partly because I've had to be going into hospital for a load of tests and checkups due to some health worries I've been having lately. And that's definitely a bit of always something that lingers in the back of your mind when you're going through a bit of sort of uncertainty around your health. At the same time, Beau, our adorable St Bernard, she's starting to get quite old now. Like, she's 10 years old, and just lately she's been having some problems with her eye, and whenever she's suffering, it's always just quite heartbreaking, really. It's really sad to see her when she's struggling. But it's not just health woes. Lately, we've had a few challenges at the Chateau too. So first of all, just before our first ever bookings over Christmas and New Year, we started to have problems with the boiler. And at first, it sort of broke down once or twice, but now it's reached the point where it only really seems to stay running for about 4 or 5 hours before it conks out. And we need to repressurize it, reboot it, and then hopefully it starts working again. And we've had quite a few experts come and have a look at it, and they've all said basically it's on its last legs and we're going to have to get a whole new heating system, which is an expense that we hadn't anticipated, budgeted, and we just don't have. But we're going to have to find that money from somewhere, because we can't get our business up and running without hot water for the guests. So that has been a real blow. And then on top of that, our car has been in and out of the garage with problems that we initially couldn't find. And I'm hoping now that we've got that resolved, but it's literally, again, been an unexpected expense and just something that's been quite frustrating in the background. And then just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, as we were preparing for Christmas and doing the Chateau DIY Christmas episode, we were decorating the entire hallway, and I noticed the telltale signs of dry rot, which is sort of dry and crackly wood. And I thought, well, I'll keep an eye on that. And after a couple of weeks, we decided to get the experts in, and sure enough, it was dry rot. And they pulled off the wood, they pulled off plaster on the walls, and then they realised that it had gone down to the actual staircase itself, the beautiful oak staircase, and below that too, and the window frame below that. And so we have had loads of the plaster stripped off the walls. We're going to have to get in some experts to look at the staircase, because I think that's beyond our novice DIY skills. And it's just heartbreaking, really, to see all of that work that we did before Christmas has been undone and some. And it sort of feels like we've gone backwards. And yeah, seeing all of that, and also knowing the expense that's probably going to come with trying to get it right, has definitely been quite a downer. But amongst all of the chaos and those stresses, we've had the Chateau DIY episodes have gone on air, and the comments, both on the episode but also on our YouTube channel and Instagram channels, which have both started to finally really take off. And we've just had a flood of comments coming in from people who've just been so warm, so encouraging and so supportive, and it has just been a huge lift at a time when it really, really was needed, and it's just hugely appreciated. And we were a bit blown away, really. We were sort of hoping we get some positive comments, but both the scale and the amount of comments we've had, but also how genuinely, how really, really positive they've been, has been a real surprise to us, and definitely been a real lift at what has been quite a challenging time. And yeah, so I sort of feel like it's a bit like, it does feel a bit like we've had a storm cloud that feels like it's been following us lately. And I guess this is where Chris comes in, but it's like with every storm cloud, and maybe this is a really cheesy metaphor, but with every storm cloud there will be a tailwind that is making it follow you, and you've just got to focus on the tailwinds, not the storm cloud above your head. And yeah, that's where Chris comes in, because he is just the most incredibly positive and optimistic and fun person, and I literally couldn't imagine doing this with anyone else. He will want to crawl into a hole, dig a hole and crawl into it and die with embarrassment over this post. But it's Valentine's Day, so I thought I'd give my husband a big shout out, because he's absolutely amazing, really. And all the way through, even when things have got like really quite worrying and stressful, he's just so calm, so measured, and able to turn even the darkest moment into something quite funny. So yeah, it's basically really, as it's Valentine's Day, big shout out to say huge love to both Chris, my darling husband, and also all of the people who've given us such wonderful